Without frugality, none can be rich, and with it, very few would be poor. Samuel Johnson. Number 10. Line dry your clothes. Before laundry machines came into existence, our grandmas used to line dry their clothes, and it worked perfectly fine. If you want to save money, hanging your clothes on the line can do just that. They will dry with natural sunlight, and what's more, it's free of charge. You'd like that, wouldn't you? For instance, if you dry your clothes using a washing machine, you'll need dryer sheets if you want to reduce static on your clothes and give them a soft feel and a fresh scent. A packet of dryer sheets costs $18.85. The more laundry you dry, the more money you spend. If Grandma was there, she'd smack you at the back of your head for wasting too much money. Our grandmothers used the good old ways to dry the clothes by hanging them out in the sun to dry. You save much more money and naturally sanitize your clothes. Did you know that sunlight eradicates germs on your clothes? No, it's not an old wives' tale. Sunlight does get rid of germs on your clothes. All the more reason to dry them in the sun, don't you think? Number 9. Wear an apron. Do you remember a time you saw Grandma cooking without an apron? Grandmas always knew the importance of having an apron when cooking. Have you ever tried to do a last-minute tasting of food to make sure your guests don't have a terrible dining experience, only for a chunk of thick gravy to drop onto your $300 dress? We bet you felt like pulling your hair out, right? Grandma can give you a reason or two to wear your apron when handling things. This is because it protects your clothes from getting stains or spills. Imagine spilling bleach on your favorite $50 pair of jeans while disinfecting your kitchen countertop. It would hurt, wouldn't it? Well, a frugal grandma knows better than to come near anything without an apron on. Wearing an apron protects your clothes from getting ruined by sharp objects, heat, stubborn stains, and other spills that may prove difficult or impossible to get rid of. This saves you a trip to the clothes store to buy more clothes, which saves you money. But did you also know that aprons are used to clean your hands when you touch something? That's right. Wearing an apron saves you from spending a lot of money on paper towels. Also, why look for a toolbox while working when you can use your apron's front pocket as a box? This saves you a lot of time, and as we always say, time is money. Number 8. Use empty jars for storage. Let's ask you a question. What do you do with a peanut butter jar once you've used up the peanut butter? Do you put it in your for recycling trash bag and hand it over to the garbage man? Well, good for the garbage man, bad for you. He takes them to the factory and gets his money. The factory reuses the recycled jars to repack the peanut butter, and you buy it off the shelves. We will tell you right now that you're wasting money by doing that. That's because when you buy the peanut butter, you pay for the packaging as well, which means you've bought the same jar twice, and still have to rush to the store to buy storage jars for your foodstuff and other items. This is because we love to store our foodstuff and other things in containers for easier use and to keep them fresh, or safer, for longer. In the old days, our grandmothers would save those jars and use them to store items such as buttons, sugar, salt, and spices, and also use them for preservation purposes. They never let anything go to waste. Take a leaf from your frugal grandma and save those jars. We bet you dollars to donuts you'll be saving money and a lot of storage space. Number 7. Save your change. Our grandmas didn't spend their change buying snacks and bags of chips. They saved it because they knew that money would come in handy somewhere. That's why they never ran out of cash even when other people were lacking. This old trick can actually save you hundreds of dollars a year if you're disciplined. For example, if you go to the store with $100 and buy items worth $95, you still have $5 left, right? What do you do with that change? Do you grab Tic Tacs for your purse or save the money? If you save that money, more power to you. You're more disciplined than most. But if you're the Tic Tacs person, you can save a lot of money if you discipline yourself to save all the change you get from your purchases. If you save $50 a month, that's $600 you'd have spent on miscellaneous things that add no value to you. Imagine saving $600 a year. You'd be able to buy that 55-inch curved screen you've been longing for. Wouldn't that be something? Number 6. Buy from the farmer. If you've never bought anything directly from a farmer, you're missing out big. From the freshness of the produce, to the nutrients, to the cut-down prices. Nearly all grandmas knew where to get the quality products they needed for cheap. If they wanted salad greens, they knew which farmer grew organic salad greens, and would buy from them in huge bunches at a cheaper price than they spent at the grocery store. You can pick up this frugal grandma trick to save money and get fresh, nutritious food at an affordable price. The cost of eating increased by 12.2% in mid-2021 and is steadily rising. And if nothing is done about it, making a hot plate will, unfortunately, cause you to dig deeper into your pocket. But you can find ways to cut the cost of your groceries by ditching the store and heading straight to the source. While the cost may not have a big difference, more health benefits that come from fresh produce save you more money. For instance, carrots from the farmer may cost 66 cents per pound and 70 cents at the store. While the money difference isn't that huge, the grocery store foods are not as fresh as farm produce. If you have trouble looking for local farm produce, USDA will come to your aid with a local food directory. This will help you locate farmers markets near you and save money on groceries. You save money and keep your health excellent. And we know you couldn't ask for more than that, could you? Number 5. Learn basic sewing. What did Grandma knit for you? We bet you still keep some of those baby blankets she gave you. And since you're grown now and can't use them, you either keep them for sentimental value or have passed them down to your kids. See, you've already saved money on your kid's blanket. Also, knowing how to sew helped Grandma to make sure none of her loved ones were walking in tatters and trying to embarrass the family. She also knew it was a way of saving money. You can save money too by sewing your clothes. For example, taking your dress to the tailor to have it hemmed may cost you $20 an hour. If the dress is at the tailor for 3 hours, you part with $60. If you know how to sew, you just sit at your sewing machine and do it yourself, which would save you $60. Hemming, adjusting, mending torn seams, and buttoning are the most common things that we take our clothes to the tailor for. And if you have basic sewing skills, you can save your money daily. Besides, you don't want your kid to go to school with a torn shirt, do you? We didn't think so. Number 4. Learn food preservation methods. Before refrigerators came into existence, our grandmas used to preserve food the old-fashioned way, and it worked wonders, judging by the fact that their children lived well into adulthood without any major problems. They had no electricity, but their food could last for weeks. Try switching off your refrigerator for 48 hours. Your whole family would go to the ER due to food poisoning, which would cost you a lot of money to treat. Refrigerators also use a lot of electricity to keep food fresh for longer, which can add up to your electricity bill. To save money, here are some ways a frugal grandma preserved food, which you can give a shot to lower your energy consumption and cost. Salting. It draws water out of food, which kills bacteria. Our grandmas loved this one, didn't they? Pickling. It involves soaking food in vinegar or salt brine to encourage fermentation and ward off bad bacteria. Canning. This is the method of putting food in jars and heating it to a required temperature that kills bacteria that causes food to go bad. See, saving jars is important. These are just a few examples of the bright ideas our grandparents had when it came to preserving food. While freezing your food is also a great idea, alternating it with other methods can help you lower your daily energy consumption, which helps you save money. Number 3. Eat in. Grandmothers used to cook everything from scratch. Whether it was baked bread or barbecue chicken, they never used to eat takeout. They knew that they couldn't just throw money away by eating expensive restaurant food, and this saved them a lot of money. You've probably heard this advice a few times before. Stop eating out so damn much and save your money. And to be quite honest, you've tried a few times but have miserably failed. Well, here are some numbers that can help you develop the habit of eating at home to save money. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, eating out costs an average household of about $3,000 a year. Looking at it differently, eating a meal can cost you $10 to $13, while eating the same meal at home costs $4 to $5. This shows that by eating out, you spend a lot of money. To save money, learn some basic cooking skills and make your food at home. Avoid buying lunch at the cafeteria at your workplace. Instead, brown bag your lunch and spend nothing on food. You'll save much more money, and as you keep cooking, you hone your skills, and soon enough, you're making world-class meals. Well, almost. But you get better at cooking and saving. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone isn't too bad after all, is it? Number 2. Maintain your items. Our grandparents were good at maintaining stuff. How maintained was your grandfather's car? Pretty darn well, we imagine, right? They knew that the only way to save money on their stuff was to keep them well maintained. Their knives were sharp, the furniture was sturdy, despite being old, and all other items were well kept. For example, slamming your laptop lid whenever your internet is not working is one way to reduce its lifespan. This is because every time you forcefully lower the lid, you mess the screen up, and soon you'll start seeing vertical lines when you power it on, and not much of anything else. This means that you have to either take it to be fixed or buy a new one. To fix a screen, you can be charged $200 or more. Buying a new one is a whole other story. Take care of your stuff, and it will take care of your pocket. We doubt you have money to throw around on things that you can maintain to serve you longer. Grandma knew the importance of putting away dishes she was not using. She did not want to break her precious china, and we bet she probably broke none. How many china plates have you broken in your kitchen lately? Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Save leftovers. We can tell you for a fact that our grandmothers never wasted food. They ate everything they cooked, and whatever was left over, they would reheat and eat the following day. This meant that no food would go to waste. You can save your money too if you learn to save your leftovers and eat them the following day or use them to enhance other dishes. For example, when you're hungry, you put a big serving on your plate only to realize that you can't finish all of it. And because you can't put it back into the pot, you decide to throw it in the trash bin. Big mistake. That is a waste of money because when you get hungry the following day, you'd have to use more money to buy more food. Try saving your leftovers today and see what happens to your finances. You'll find that the $5 you always use to buy a snack stays in your pocket. That's $35 a week or $420 a year if you're thinking of your financial future. Make sure to check out the next video. You're going to get a ton of value from this one. See you there.